Epic Nation, what's up? We've been in a series, as you know, Adulting 101. And the focus of the series is to move us into three categories. To make sure that we are growing in God. We cannot stay stagnant. It's not like when you were growing up, you remember when your mother used to mark the wall to measure your growth. Well, for most people, there's nothing that is marking the wall to see. Are you the same height you were before when you first came into your relationship with God? So we're now saying, how do we learn how to manage our relationship with God to make sure that we are growing? Are we intentional about it? It won't happen by accident. So we are in Adulting 101, we're focusing on helping you grow in God, advance in your career, and to enjoy your social life. And we're mapping out some behavior patterns, some disciplines that we can create. The last few weeks have been crazy, to say the least. But what I wanted to make sure is that I recorded a video to kind of explain to you how to get the most out of this series. If you haven't, you should definitely go back on my personal Facebook page or the Epic Nations Facebook page to be able to watch the previous messages. There's been so many things that if I recapped everything, we'd probably be on here a few hours. But I want to pull out some core principles to bring you up to speed, because tonight I want to make sure that you are on track with us. It's like coming into a television series and you're in season 3, and season 1 and 2 has some clues that will help you. And I wanted to make sure that you had those things. So what we've been talking about, our major focus is this idea of not being led by our feelings. Our mantra for this series is, I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because we realize that everything that, if we're going to get the most out of our life, it's not going to be moved by feelings. Kids are moved by that, but adults make a willful decision. Despite their feelings, they're going to do it anyway to progress and move their life forward. And if we're going to have God's best for our life, we are going to have to make that decision. Now, the two major things that we said that you have to do to accomplish that is you've got to pick your switch. Pick your switch. That was the first message we delivered, was pick your switch. That life gives to us the results based on the pain of discipline and the pain of consequence. The pain of discipline, you choose to discipline your life to accomplish a task, whether that's working out, reading, going back to school, managing finances. Any decision you make that is uncomfortable, but you choose to make it, is the pain of discipline. It's not that it feels good, but you control the outcome by disciplining yourself. Now, the pain of consequence, you don't control. Just whatever consequence life gives, you're responsible for handling. So when a person does not have the pain of discipline to control what they eat, the pain of consequence comes and sickness hits their body. When you don't have the pain of discipline to pay your bills on time, consequence hit, and now credit scores are dropped, and so on and so forth. That's what life has for you, the pain of discipline or consequence. So we stated, pick your switch or pick your pain. I suggest that you choose the pain of discipline so you can control the outcome of your life. And that was pick your switch. We explained Galatians 4:1 deals with how when a person is immature and does not grow up, they don't differ from a slave, although they're Lord of all. Saying that you could have everything that's supposed to be yours, but you can't have it until you grow up and start picking your switch or picking your pain. So moving into this week, I want to make sure that we recap last week where we went into John 10:10. The thief comes not but to steal, kill, and destroy. But I come that you may have life and life more abundantly. Man, I wish I had an hour to unpack that one for you, to explain to you succinctly how in John 10:10, Jesus is talking about the thief comes, but I come. He's talking about we both show up in your life, but we come for two different reasons. The thief is coming to steal, kill, and destroy. That's his three motives. But God said that he came that you might have life and you might have it more abundantly. And we unpack now. Here's what I'm going to do. Tonight, I'm going to make sure that I recap that, because I wouldn't even do it justice if I don't dig deep into it to really unravel what is it that he's saying that he came to give us. And if you don't understand this, how could you live your adult life if you don't realize the life that Jesus gave you? That's what's important. In order for you to guide your future, you got to at least know where you come from, your history, your story, your past. It does not determine where you end up, but it does inform you to know what you're going to have to fight against. So it's going to be important tonight that you don't miss any part of it. I encourage you, no matter where you are in the world, invite a friend. We're going live at about 6:15 Eastern Standard Time I want you to invite a friend. Make sure you have your notepad out, because I'm not going to scream and yell. I'm going to go succinctly and give you a roadmap to get you ready for 2020. No matter where you are in the world, I encourage you to partner with us. We are locally here in South Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But no matter where you are in the world, we want to build what we see in the Bible. You see the church at Philippi, the church at Corinth. You see the church at Galatia. We want to build churches all over, but this is not physical brick and mortar buildings, because we realize that it's not like the original church met from house to house. They were groups all over that shared their faith. They created an economy. They generated income. They shared all things and were able to fund the mission of both ministry and marketplace. That's what we want to do, and we can't do it without your help. So if this has been blessing you, you found out about the Epic Nation, you've been with us for any amount of time, I ask you to partner with us. You can't do anything without resources. Doesn't matter if you want to go for coffee or want to go grab a bottle of water. They charge you for it. So we cannot continue to do ministry without your help. So I would ask you to partner with us. You can invest, partner, sow, give via Cash App, the $ The Epic Nation. Make sure you add the in it, The Epic Nation, on Cash App. There'll be links wherever you find us online where you can give and text to give, or you can give via our website, theepicnation.com. I encourage you, any amount helps us do what we do. We don't come from a denomination, so we're not backed by anything or anyone. So we are surviving by the generosity of people who believe and the idea of investing into something that they see the potential in. We invest in everything else. So I believe that this is the greatest stop. For God so loved the world that he gave. He made an investment into the earth, and we're making that same investment. Thank you for all that you already do. And if you cannot share your income, you can share your influence by telling somebody about this. I'll see you all tonight, and I want to make sure, give us your feedback of how this has been blessing you. We are Epic, empowering purpose, inspiring change. I'll see you in a minute.